Yo, hello guys, and welcome to Protoss Diamond 2. In this video, we're going to be talking more about Diamond League and advancing through the ranks, making everything work properly. We're looking for the victories. We take no prisoners. Yes, Protoss. And we're against the Zerg. Okay, so this Diamond 2 video is going to be 100% all-ins every game. Just kidding. It's not. I'm just joking.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Scout him again. Scout his base with the probe. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, what we are really looking at though is we're looking at everything we've talked about before. Micro really is the big one, and learning how to harass properly. Those are the big key points. No expansion. This guy might be 12 pulling me. That drone just made a pool right there, I think. Okay, awkward. Very awkward. Let's go check for expansions. Maybe we like just barely missed a drone. Because if there's no hatchery here, this is a proxy. Okay, that's a late hatchery, guys. There's a high chance this could be a proxy hatchery. There you go. It's the third. He took a third first.
You have not enough minerals. Your probes are under attack.
So he was trying to meta us a little bit. That's why he did that. He's trying to make us be like, "Oh God, what's happening?" But we figured it out, so it's okay. Let's go ahead and check his pool and gas timing now. Okay, no gas. So, no gas, guys. Let's go ahead and harass this dude with some adepts. We can chrono boost our gateway as well. Because adepts right now are going to be very useful. We're just chrono boosting the gate like one time. And now let's do a different build we haven't done yet. Let's do a build that revolves, or not revolves, but it has a prism pressure opener to it. So he doesn't have gas, guys, so we can totally do a lot of damage here. This could be very annoying for him to deal with. We're just making probes during the process. We're not neglecting our stuff. Let's get a Dark Shrine and a Robo. Oh, okay, I just got surrounded. That's a mistake. My bad. It's a lot of lings coming at my base too. This guy is gasless, but that's a lot of lings, so we need to definitely get my wall going now.
Glory to the Daemon. It shall be done. Fire shall be
Okay. We'll go ahead and get what's it called? A warp prism. We'll chrono boost it, and then we'll take our third base while we do a DT timing. We're still making probes, by the way. Okay, let's go to his base and let's just see what we can do. Now behind this, we're gonna make immortals. Let's get a forge. And we're gonna take a third base.
Naja Khan. Give us your.
Okay, so we have Prism on 2, so we're going like double tapping 2-2, 2-2. Let's drop our DTs on the Queen. And then just see what happens here. Kill the drones. Okay, get in my Prism. Just get out of here. Let's go somewhere else. Because the shit's done now. Let's take another base. And we can make, like I said before, we can make Archons. Or not Archons. We Immortals. We're actually supply blocked.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, there's a Prism. Alright, so if the Zerg is actually really well defended now against this, the way we can kind of deal with this now is we can just run away for a sec. Just get the fuck out of here. And drop Archons somewhere. Drop DTs to make Archons with. And now we can start doing things like killing overlords and stuff like that.
I return to serve.
And we can also make some gates here. Okay, let's go into his base. This strategy is definitely a lot more distracting than the other ones. Drop our Prism and pick up our Archons. We're not looking to take big fights, we're just looking to take little skirmishes so we can pick off units repeatedly. Also, let's get a, now let's really get a Templar Archives. And we can also chrono boost our upgrades. And we could even take another base because our probe count is looking pretty solid. I'm trying to go back into this base again, see what we can see. That's Spore. Give myself a macro second here. There's his army. Do not drop on his army like that. That's suicide. Okay, we saw a little bit of a displacement of his units. The lings were a little bit exposed. Look at this. Here we go. Perfect. We can kill some drones. We get back in the Prism. Okay, we just kill a couple. It doesn't. We don't have to kill everything. We just do a little bit of damage and get the hell out of there over and over. Hit the hatchery a little bit. Let's get out of here. All right. And we actually didn't start charge. We really need charge. That's actually important. We need to chrono boost that now. If he attacks me, this is really scary.
I return to serve. Mineral field depleted.
Okay, we almost have full saturation. Alright, and now let's go ahead and grab my whole army except for the Prism. Keep the Prism in its own group by itself. But we'll grab the rest of my units and have them go do some other shit. Like Prism can counterattack basically. Let's also get ready now, guys, because look, we're almost maxing out. Let's start getting ready to transition into Skytoss, as we talked about before how important that is. Let's go save this. Go get rid of him. And let's turn a lot of our Templars into more Archons. Okay. We can make a couple cannons here too. And now let's make a fleet beacon and like 2 more Stargates. This is the transition we're going into. We don't have to use it yet, but we can start using it soon. Okay, here's what we do. This is how it goes. Grab all my units that we currently have. Let's move out the map. Let's make the one zealot attack shit again. Where they go around the base, around the map. And let's kind of like start moving towards his base. We know there's a base up here, but we have zealots confirming if there's even more than that. In the meantime, we can also take another base, just because. Might as well keep macroing. And now, okay, he's attacking us, so let's make some DTs to defend this. Oh, he's got overseers, so those are just get fucked now. That was a bad idea to make DTs. Looks like this is now becoming kind of a base trade. So we can go into his main base with the prism then, and we can make our stuff. Let's start chronobusing it like a carrier, and we can make zealots here in his main. Run the probes to my main base. Keep chronobusing my carriers. Shit. This game is a base trade. Okay, we're gonna make another nexus over here. That way I have an evacuation plan here. Hi. Okay, we got carriers now. Awesome. Okay, that's actually his last building too right there. That's it. So, game over. Okay, so this game got a little weird, honestly, but it worked out. But it was a little weird. Little weird. How do you know to base trade like that? I usually freak out and turn my army around and go back home because I'm dumb. Well, we were already committed to his base. We were like right here, for instance, when he showed up at my base over here. So, you know, there's not really a whole lot that I could do about that if I go home defensively. I can't the recall's not big enough to send my whole army back. And here's the thing too, right? This is the thing that should give you confidence or not in a base trade. Is your army better than theirs? If the answer, oh Jesus, if the answer is yes, if you go, yeah, my army is better than theirs. Yeah, my army could totally take theirs. Well, you should not be afraid to base trade, because all you got to do then to win the game is get workers out of your base. Like realistically, you know what I should have done? I should have hid all my probes in my main base, like over here, and I should have recalled them out to this nexus down here in the bottom right. That would have been a great evacuation tactic. We didn't do it. We could have done it, but we didn't do it. But it's whatever. It's just, you know, a nice plan for the future. But yeah, no, our army could totally kick the shit out of his. And even though we didn't get a lot of probes out, we still did get a probe out, so we could build another nexus somewhere else. So if I kill his whole base and he kills my whole base, and then I just go guard my new base, if he can't beat my army, well, I just win the game then. That's just how it goes. And our army definitely looked a lot better than his. His army was just a Roach Ravager. Our army was Immortals, Archons, Zealots. It's a way better army than a Roach Ravager. Alright, so we saw this guy went for like nothing. He went for nothing. No gas, no pool for a long time. He didn't take a natural either, but then we scouted around his base. And we saw, oh, he took a third base before he took a natural. So he still went 3 hatch before pool. But he went hatch, hidden hatch, hatch. If there was no hatchery here, I would have kept scouting more around my base. Like maybe for like a proxy here, 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 here. But yeah, we definitely opened up this game with a pretty decent opener. Because we went into DT drop and it did a lot of damage. And it doesn't even necessarily have to do a lot of damage by the fact of just it doesn't even have to do a lot of damage by the fact of killing a lot of drones. We did kill some drones, but look how many lings we forced out. Look at this. Look at the production and just watch the production still. Well, I guess he already had these lings. We're definitely killing a lot of stuff though. And just throwing it out there, one thing we could have done, which would have guaranteed we killed this third base. So this is our first time doing a prism drop, right? It's our first time doing a prism drop. And if we were to say, okay, this base was totally fucked if one thing happened, that thing could have been, if instead of killing the lings and stuff when I first got here, and like killing the queen was nice because it makes the prism not take damage. But instead of just killing lings the whole time, what if I just killed his spore color? And then suddenly I'm like, well, now my DTs don't get detected at all. You know, then that's amazing because now the DTs can just kill this whole base entirely. So next time around, next time we do this, maybe we kill the queen and then we go right for the spore, deny the spore, and then we can kill units and drones. And if he runs away, just kill the hatchery outright. But either way, DT damage is still damage. We still have killed at this point 28 units with that. Or that's not entirely true. We killed a couple lings with our adepts. Our DTs in total have probably killed about 20. Oh yeah, each one of them have 5 kills. We've killed 20 units so far with these DTs. So they're doing a great job. It's still very good. And just know that if you ever get denied by your opponent, like, oh, he's got detection, my DTs don't really kill much anymore, don't be afraid to just back off and make Archons. And just periodically throw some Archon damage at him too. So getting out of here with DTs was totally fine. And, you know, we could still try to go somewhere else, but we don't really have to do anything with DTs anymore. And here comes the Archons. Archons are great. They're fantastic. Because the beautiful thing about Archons too is they do bonus damage against everything Zerg. So they do bonus damage against buildings, units, any unit, any building. And then, you know, we're also not trying to go too crazy on the prism. We're like flying around his base. The main thing we're doing, guys, the main thing we're doing. A lot of people might think that when they look at this and they go, oh, ViBE, you're harassing him really hard. You're harassing him a lot. The main thing we're doing is actually scouting his base and trying to just see what's going on. And like over here, for instance, we saw a spore crawler. We see more spore crawlers. We see more spore crawlers. We see more spore crawlers. We see mass roaches. We see, well, we saw, there wasn't a lot of lings really made, but this is a lot of roaches. So what does this do? Number one, this makes us feel good because his third base was not fully saturated when we went and poked some drones at it. Our third base is fully saturated, and we're starting to saturate our fourth base. We're starting a fourth base. We see he's also starting a fourth base. But my point is at the very least, if we don't think we're ahead in workers, and like entirely, we know we're very, you know, if that's actually not true. Like we know we're ahead because we know our third is so far further along. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is even if the worker count is somewhat really similar, that's still really good for Protoss. So we're scouting worker lines and we're scouting composition and all, like, you know, what he's throwing down. But then again, composition is the second part. So economy tells us we know we have a nice position in this game because even if we're tied, that means we're ahead. But composition is telling us let's just keep making immortals. Immortals are by default a great unit just to make even if you're blind. But this now feels even better because if he's going mass roaches, immortals are just gonna like go to pound town all these roaches all day, which is gonna be amazing. So we shouldn't really be afraid of getting attacked at all. We actually just passed like 2 ships in the night. We both just barely missed each other. If this happens, it's okay. Because once again, the base trade, as we were talking about before, I'm at his base right now. I am at his base right now. He's at my base right now. We're on basically complete other sides of the map. Now, I do expect to lose some probes here. That's totally fine. Like my bases are getting killed, but look at his army. It's just Ravagers and Roaches. Now there are 2 things that make me feel like a base trade for me is going to be a great situation. Number one is I have Stargates coming up with a fleet beacon. So I can start making these, and if it takes the Berserk too long to react to this is like an auto win now. If we both kill each other's economies and I get some carriers out. Or whatever, like Void Rays, Tempest, doesn't really matter what it is. As long as it's an air unit, he doesn't really have anything to kill air if I move out of Corrosive Bile. The other thing is, even if he were to come fight my army, this is an army that is not the greatest against Chargelot Archon Immortal. Chargelot Archon Immortal would honestly kind of just wreck this. So we feel good, so we just commit, both players, me and him both commit to just killing each other's base. I warped in DTs there because I was hoping he didn't have detection. If he didn't actually have detection there, we would have just completely shut down his entire base trade situation altogether. Because we could just kill all these Ravagers and Roaches with just the fact that he can't see it. But he, you know, he obviously had Overseers, so it didn't work. So we just go into Prism pressure with just A moving through his base. Other than, you know, up to this point now, at this point now, game is pretty straightforward. Just kill his base as fast as you can. We can Chrono Boost out some carriers if we can. But this is what I'm kind of talking about. Look at this. Look at my probes. I guess the Lings kind of came over and killed me, but and this base isn't actually done yet. But even this, you know what I could have done? I could have actually recalled all my probes right now. I could have been like cast a recall like right here on this Nexus, and I could have ran my probes away as well. Guaranteed I could have got some probes out. Because you can't even see this Nexus from where or you kind of can. That fucking changeling sees it. Either way, though. Either way. Even if all my probes die, which they do, we still have this probe because it came from this Nexus. So it's fine. We can still build a Nexus here. And now there's no way we can lose because his army is, there's no way his army beats ours. And the fact that we also have carrier now. And then there you go, boys. So again, the Skytoss transition was still a great idea. Skytoss transitions are always a great idea. They're always super stable and good shit and good stuff. I'd love to lose to or play versus ViBE. You want to fight? You want to go? I wonder how many games I've lost because I don't base trade and try to save my base. Yeah, no, like, here's the thing. If you base trade, because it's not always intentional, right? Sometimes it just happens. But if you base trade with your opponent, and let's say your opponent's already in your base and you have to run all the way back across the map, you're going into a base trade situation where you're now just behind by like 20 to 30 seconds. Just because you're allowing him to kill your base while you're just running back across the map again. It's not always the best idea. Being able to be comfortable in a base trade situation is very important. Alright guys, we'll do an all-in this game. I will do an all-in this game. I have not done an all-in versus Terran yet as Protoss. So I will do one for you this game. It's not really going to be a one base all-in though. It's going to be like a two base all-in. But it's going to be very aggressive. Actually, no, we did do an all-in. We did a charge lot on versus Terran, but still, I'm not doing a charge lot all-in. We'll do an all-in though. There is going to be a proxy. There will be proxy in this game. And it's going to be off of the scout we're sending out right now. Ugh. I got murdered by a charge lot all-in yesterday as Terran. Yeah, they can do a lot of damage. Attack his SCV.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, run my probe away. How many gases do you have? 1. Okay, so he's gonna expand. Just like we are. Okay. Just take another Nexus somewhere else. It's fine. ViBE's build for Terran is strong against charge lots. Yeah, it's not bad. There's a few builds we do though, but yeah. Like, the thing about getting rid of charge lots, guys, is killing the Warp Prism. That's all it is. If you're someone who dies to charge lots and you're like, how do I beat this? It's all about being able to deal with the initial charge lots that happen and killing the Prism quickly. You just need to get rid of the Prism.
I am the voice of the eclipse. You have not enough minerals.
Okay, so let's send this probe home. We make a robo here for Proxy Immortals, and we also make a gateway here for warp gate potential, so I can warp in units at it fast.
I serve.
And now let's go ahead and make like 2 more gates. And again, this is an all-in, guys. This is an all-in, and we're going to be chrono boosting that robo constantly. So as soon as the robo's done, we're chrono boosting it.
I am the heart of state thy.
Okay, the warp gate's almost done. It's like the warp gate's too close to being done now, so we're just gonna save our money to warp in because it's faster this way. Send our observer forward. We can make a gas and do a nice another immortal, and let's warp in some units. We'll make like a sentry and a stalker, a couple stalkers.
I am here in the shadows.
Chrono boost the immortals again. Hi. And why did we make a sentry, you ask? For Guardian Shield.
I am here in the shadows.
Focus fire SCVs at this point. Just focus fire the SCVs. And warp in some new units. Okay, he's attacking my base. Whatever. Keep going all the way in. And now we can keep making probes, guys, because their cannons are killing my shit. Just warp in some units defensively now to kill that. And now this game is over. This guy's dead. Warp in some new units and my main base. Keep making probes.
I return to serve.
GG. And that's it. So all we did the same build we do already. Obviously we didn't want to take our third as our natural, but he put an engineering bay here. He just blocked our natural, so we decided, okay, fuck it, let's take our third. It was a little more annoying for us to have to do that, but it's totally fine. It's not that big of a deal. We still do want to expand because we need more money to work with. We don't want to. This is an all-in, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be fully just like it's a one-trick pony kind of thing where it only has one chance to win the game. If we just expand, we can still be very aggressive with it. But then we also have fallbacks where it's like if we need to, we can still go to a third base and go beyond that and do other things. But yeah, we're going for 2 gates and a robo as our standard versus Terran build. But instead of the second gate and the robo being in our base, we put it at his base as a proxy. And we're just making immortals 1 observer with immortals and stalkers, and 1 sentry. The reason why we make 1 sentry is because when we have to break that bunker, if there's more than like 1 or 2 marines inside of that bunker, we will pop a guardian shield, and then that will severely reduce the amount of damage that bunker will do to me by a lot. It's by 2 every shot. So, but look, if you look at our stalker, it barely takes any damage. We can tell there's only 1 marine inside this bunker, because if you guys didn't know this, if you look at this and get close. If you did not know this, whenever a bunker shoots a unit, however much damage it does in increments of 6 tells you how many units are inside that bunker. So we can tell and also when you get better at this game and you start realizing, you start like really understanding how to read the bars here, because 1 shot of a marine literally like damaged 1 bar, we can tell there's only like 1, maybe 2, but probably 1 marines just by looking at the bar. Very low marine count in that bunker. And then if we actually click on the unit itself and look at it, we can tell there's only 1 marine in that bunker. It does 6 damage. Like each time a bunker shoots, it makes every unit inside of it attack. All of them attack. And so if you know, again, if he has 1 marine, 6, 6, 6, 2 marines, 12, 12, 12, 3 marines, 18, 18, 18, 4 marines, 24, 24, 24. If there was 4 marines in there doing 24, 24, 24, my stalker would be losing like 2.5 bars every single time. It would be going down pretty fast. But we can tell this is not scary. So here's how this goes one of 2 ways. If this guy had more of actual like bio defense, if he was actually going bio, we could have poked him a little bit until we lost our shields and then backed up and tried to kill SCVs in the process. If this guy is going mech and he's going for Hellions, like we just saw, or like, you know, like we know he is, we could actually go for the bunker now, force SCVs to come repair it, and then kill all the SCVs while he's here, because there is like nothing defending in the bunker, essentially. Which is what we did. So he just loses so many SCVs here. And then ultimately the bunker dies because of that, because he can't repair it. He actually kills our probes, which is it's whatever. It's kind of annoying, but this all in though, the fact that we've already killed a bunch of SCVs and he's committed to going for Widow Mines and Hellions, and he still has a reactored factory. This is kind of just like a free win now. This is like an auto win. There's no way a reactored factory holds this. Immortals alone would win at this point with Observer. So this build is pretty scary. And then yeah, the game's just over now. He'll never stop this army. And all we have to do is warp in some stalkers and we suddenly can stop his stuff. So he's pretty dead. How does Terran stop this? You just need to have more shit, honestly, and not be so heavy on reactored factory. If he had more bio, it could have had more of a chance. If he had a tech lab on that factory, he could have had more of a chance. Well, Cyclone or tank could have done okay. I would say tank most likely would be the better choice there. But bio would be great. Just having Hellions and Widow Mines, that doesn't work. Bio, like, Widow Mines and the Hellions it's just going to be like, excuse me, please don't kill me. Okay, well, I'm dead. Because how are Hellions and Widow Mines supposed to ever kill Stalker Immortal? If I have an Observer, I can kill all Widow Mines outside of range of Widow Mines shooting back at me. Because that's just how it works. Widow Mine has like 5.5 range or some shit, and a Stalker and Immortal have 6. And then, Hellions just tickle everything. They don't do anything against non-light units.
Not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Yeah, if you're somebody who scouts Protoss, if you're somebody who scouts Protoss and you see, oh, this guy has a cyber core, but no tech. Why? Go scout the map. Why the hell does Protoss not have tech in his base? They can do a patrol square like this. Be really annoying. This is every Protoss's fantasy right here. Okay, let's go scout his base, see if he's taking a pool. Yes, he is. And now it looks like he's going to go for a third base too, because another drone went out. Oh, it's scouting maybe? So he did expand. We're going to make our cyber core now. And there's the base.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. You must construct additional.
Are you still mining gas? Okay, he's still mining gas, and he's got over 100 right now. So that's something to note. That's something to note right there. That's a potential very aggressive Zerg. We're gonna go Stargate this game. Stargates are actually really nice, simply for the fact that they keep you so safe from all ends. If you're someone who like hates Stargate, I recommend trying to get used to it a little bit more. It's actually amazing.
Glory to the Daemon.
Okay, let's send our adept into his base, and let's scout him. What the point of this is it's another scout. Let's also go ahead and close our gates off here. Get another gateway. Get a little doorway.
Let your will be heard. Where shall we march?
You have not enough minerals.
Faith before fear. The
That's where we're sending an adept into his main. Smack some drones at his base over here. Cancel the shade because we're doing a lot of damage right now.
Glorious combat is upon us. To glory.
Shade into the main again.
Forward.
And just kite away. What's going on in the main? Okay, cool. Alright, this adept's gonna die, it looks like. Oh, wait, never mind.
Shall be done.
Run away, run away!
Glory.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a,
Let
hello. Let's go ahead and take like a third base. Because look at our money, guys. We have a lot, right? Let's also take our gases. Yo, Holstein. 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 Thank you very much for the $10 holla. My dude.
your command.
Thank you, man.
You must construct additional.
Okay, we're running our adepts back into his base again. And again, what are we doing every time? Run it one mineral line and shade the other one. So we can do things like attack a drone. Attack a drone.
Your death be
Attack a drone. Cancel it. Attack a drone. Because why'd we cancel it? Nothing's defending this. Remember that rule we talked about? Phase the mineral line again.
pours on give us.
What's going on over here? And we're macroing during the process. Okay, looks like nothing's here.
Executor,
Attack a drone.
it shall be.
Attack a drone. Attack a drone. Attack a drone. Phase away. As we're running away, go back to macroing. Throw down some units. This is where I put my dudes. And what's going on over here? Okay, that's gonna die. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It did its job.
Prismatic core.
Okay, he's attacking my base over here. Let's go save it. We can also get another Stargate and a fleet beacon now because we have a third that's getting fully saturated. And let's take some more tech. Let's get another like semi wall here and then go for another nexus here in a second. Wallet that shit in. If you ever see that, fucking be quick about it. Put a warp in the door. Don't let him in your base. And also, remember what I said about whenever you go for a third, and you move your army, just make one battery. Make one battery, guys, and suddenly things are great. Okay, let's send my voids out. And again, let's try to take a new base, and let's rotate my adepts forward to cover this new base. Are you attacking me? What is this?
Glory to the Daemon.
Okay. Make more adepts. It's fine. So keep making probes. We're actually at saturation. Take 1 second to start an upgrade. There it is. And let's try to kill some drones, guys. Let's try to kill drones. All we're doing is killing drones. We can like hold position our voids right here. We're currently killing drones right now. We're out of range of the queen. Kill that last drone and let's just get the fuck out of here. That was nice. We killed like 4 drones super fast. We didn't lose anything. We almost lost the void ray. That was really nice. Now we can make this stuff. Cannon battery. Let's make some more cannon battery right here. Because it's the reason why I'm making it in front of my base as well is because it's a ramp.
We serve with
Okay. Group my army up again. Group it up, group it up, group it up, group it up, group it up.
Mineral field depleted. You have research complete.
Okay, we can do the same thing again with our void race. Let's go to the other side this time. Oh, run away. His army's here. He's doing a nice fat timing right now. What the hell? Why do I have 4 probes sitting there? Alright, but now look at this, guys. We have cannon battery at both my entrances to my base. So no matter where he goes, we will defend that area. So we're looking okay. We're looking happy about this. Let's go ahead and get ourselves all the Templar tech in the world. We can even take another base. And keep chrono boosting upgrades. Looks like he's attacking my top base. Maybe not. Oh, yes, he is. Army, go attack this. Go help defend that. Okay, fall back to the cannons. No reason to fight away from my cannons if I'm like right next to them anyways. And let's just wait it out. Just chill. Chill, 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 chill. Chill, 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 chill. Okay, we can start making some Templars for Archon. And keep getting upgrades. We have so many probes at this base. What the hell? Send them all to the new base. And there you go, guys. Now we got a brand new base with great saturation, with good coverage. Make a couple more Archons. And we're getting ready to do a timing. So we have detection coming with observers. We have a mothership. We're going into carriers. We have chrono boosted upgrades. We're almost level 3 weapons already. Let's go ahead and also get charged now on our thingy, Twilight Council. And here he is. We're chilling. Stay chill out. Let's go ahead and make like a couple of, like 3 more Stargates. And then let's also then make a bunch of gateways. Okay. Let's go. Let's just go attack now. Send 1 zealot, or no, we don't have zealots right now. We have adepts. Send 1 adept on both sides of the map to see Where did he expand? And let's make some more gateways while we do this. Okay, that's plenty of gates. Trying to boost my upgrades. Okay, we have a lot of gates now, guys. I think we're looking pretty good. There's a base up here. Let's go there right now. That's the newest base for Zerg right there. Let's go to the top side. And in the meantime, let's take another base down here. Because we're going to keep him distracted on the other side of the map. And also, if we could set this up, why not? Now, priority is we're making carriers at this point. But if for whatever reason we can't, we can go into anything else like Zealots, Immortals, or not really Immortals, sorry. Zealots, Archons. Make a time warp on that shit. Pulling my mothership back. And now we don't have any way to use these gateways, but we have use for them, which is if we ever lose our army, we can remax if we need to on a great army. Pull these guys back. It's like a tower defense. Let's kill the next base. And now we can do the same thing again over here. Cannon, 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 cannon. Now push the next base. And then we can take a second to be like, what do my bases look like? Oversaturated? Good. Oversaturated. And fill in the gas. Fill in the gas. Grab some probes. GG! You want to come see Skytoss? You want to play Protoss? You want to play Protoss? It's so easy, even a dog can play it. Couldn't you? Ugh. Ugh. Alright, guys. What do you think? Yeah? That's what you think about Protoss? Okay, thank you. Good stuff. Okay. So yeah, this game really came down to just like macro, honestly, like raw macro. My dog is so entranced by the Chipotle bag. She's like smacking it, and she's like, "What's going on?" ViBE is being savage with Toss lately. Yesterday, Toss doesn't need a keyboard. Today, a dog can play Toss. See, this is why I wanted to leave the door open, guys. Because now she's just hanging out in here. She never hangs out in here. I hope she doesn't shit on the floor in here or piss on the floor in here, but she's just exploring. Hey, hello. She's very cute. All right. Now. We got you know, this game in the opener, hold on. Is it a pit bull? No, it's a border collie. She's a full purebred border collie. She's very fucking smart. She's also behind my chair. Okay. Anyways, Anyways, guys, this is a big part of this game, okay? No, stop. No. Mila. No. Sorry, now she's getting wild. So the biggest part about this game in the beginning is killing workers, honestly. Like just killing workers. It's very, very, very important because if this dude opens up with with 3 base hatchery like really early and he like doesn't take his speed super fast, which is, or he doesn't make enough lings, we can always test the water here and be like, if you don't have enough lings, we can totally harass this. But adept harass is important is what I'm trying to say. Let's really talk about how we did it. I feel like at this point you guys really understand the build. I just make gateways, I make a Stargate, I don't stop making probes. We take gases when we have good saturation so we don't dip into our mineral bank too much. We want the mineral bank to go up because our whole plan is to do what? Take a 3rd base with more minerals and et cetera, and get our build going up more efficiently. It's not about doing a timing to win the game. Here's actually the best way to describe an economy before I go crazy. It's a very simple answer. Guys, listen to this. The more you prioritize your gas early game, the more likely your build is a timing build or an all-in that needs to do damage early to be able to win the game. The more you delay your gas and focus heavily on minerals, the more of a quicker ramped up speed you're going to get towards going to in-game. And once we get to in-game, that's what we're going for here. That in-game is also another word for that is like pure macro styles. Macro. So our goal overall is to go to the in-game. So what are we prioritizing? We're prioritizing minerals more than gas. I don't want to get the fastest void rate ever. I want to be able to make a lot of voids and then a lot of carriers and a lot of cannons and batteries and all that stuff because I want to be able to expand fast. Fuck, she just peed. Oh my god. I knew she would. God damn it. She peed like way over there. I see it. She left already. Fuck. Oh well. I'll get her later. I knew she would, dude. I kept looking at her. I was like, you better not. I'll pee here. Damn it. Okay. Let's talk about the adept now. So you guys I feel like you understand the role of economy. Okay? You understand the role of economy. That's right. For those of you, I'm going to just say this too, because I bet a lot of you guys are going to be like, hey, ViBE just said the dog peed, but he's not going to go clean it. Don't worry. It's okay. I never clean it. No. No, I'm actually going to run a steam cleaner through my room. So the steam cleaner is like high-powered. It'll just clean all this. It'll clean it all. I'm going to steam clean that shit because I need to. It needs to happen. Every time I leave my door open, that dog always pees in my room. So steam cleaner is what's going on. Okay, so anyways, we've tried talking about this adept like 4 times. Let's actually talk about it this time. Adept comes over to the base. We're making another adept behind this. Okay? First adept, what do? We run at his base. We get almost to the point where we're about to walk in the mineral line. We start walking on creep, essentially. And we throw a shade into his other base. We go like up here towards the mineral line. Now, I will start attacking drones. If there is no defense, if there's no retention here, I will keep killing drones. There's no reason to stop killing drones. Like, why would I shade away if I can kill free drones here? So I'm going to, if there's, again, the shade, well, like we talked about before, gives you an option. It makes the Zerg have to be like, shit, we got to defend a shade as well because I could go there. But then also we're still here killing drones and it's annoying for Zerg to be like this. We cancel our shade because there's nothing really too much out here that I'm afraid of. Not to mention is the shade also gives us options. That's not only the only part that's good. Like again, we're doing it again. But the other thing it does is it scouts the Zerg. It scouts. So like we let it go that time, which is fine. And we just shade away. And now we're shading to our other adept. And this is just opportunity right here. We just see a couple of drones coming. We know he has a third, so let's... Why not go to the third? I actually think, you know what we should have done? We should have just walked that way to the third. but it's okay. We're kind of just chilling with these adepts for a minute. It's fine. We still did damage. Overall, we killed 3 drones. And we lost nothing. That's still a great trade for Protoss. As long as you don't neglect your build too hard while you do it. And the perfect time, this is the last thing we haven't really talked about. I did touch on this briefly, but the last thing we didn't really talk about is when you're not currently needing to focus fire anything and you're moving adepts. If you're running away basically and you're trying to like rotate, that is the perfect time to micro. Or that's the perfect time to macro. So like if you had like 10 lings and I just shaded away and I ran my adepts away from the lings, that would be the perfect time to be like, okay, spend my money, yada, yada, yada. Let's spend it. Let's make sure we're spending our money, because you know what's more important? Getting your buildings down on time over being like, I killed 2 zerglings. What do you think about that? I killed 50 minerals worth of money of yours. It's more worth it to be like, I'm building probes, I'm building pylons, I'm not supply blocking, I'm getting a Stargate, I'm getting tech, I'm whatever. That is more important in a situation like that. We're killing drones again. We cancel it again because this is free drone kills, guys. And we look over here and we see, oh my god, it's an open mineral line. So we shade in. Because why not? Now, here's what I'm talking about with the lings. So like right now, this is kind of pointless anymore. Like these adepts don't matter. They're dead. Their lives are over, so we should be macroing. We should be doing things like warping in new adepts, which is what we can see the beam over them. That is exactly what we just did. We should be fixing our gas. We should be fixing our saturation. We should be transferring probes, building some gates or whatever. Because we can build other things while we're looking at the adepts. Like we can build voids, we can build probes while looking at the adepts. We can't warp in adepts, but yeah, we can just quickly come back to our base, warp in, and go back to the adepts as well.
I have met the enemy.
Alright, when do you stop making voids to start making carriers? If I get all in, I would probably make voids until about like 6 to 8 voids, because they're kind of necessary then. If we do not get all in, and it's a very standard macro game, and I'm able to, you know, expand as fast as I want, I don't care, I might make like 5 voids and then go carriers. I might make carriers a little faster. And why is this? Would you might ask? Why is this? Does this work like this, ViBE? Because if we are able to take our economy as fast as we want, it means our money's going to be higher, which means we're going to be able to do something like afford carriers faster. Because we have more money to work with. And then from this point on, there's not too much else to talk about, I'm not going to lie. From this point on, this game is pretty straightforward. It's just us periodically throwing void rays at him to go kill some drones. Like whenever we, you know, like right now is a perfect time. We can just be like, all right, let's attack him with 3 voids and see what happens. And what did we do? We killed another like 4 drones over here. We just went over to the gas, attacked his drones, and ran away when the Hydras shut up. And then go back home. It's not that complicated. It's pretty easy peasy. But all we're really doing is we're just going into, we go into Archons eventually with cannon, battery, and carrier. Carrier, cannon, battery, Archon. So we just keep expanding, keep making our economy flow. Our economy right now is 86 probes versus 65 drones. This is why we won this game. It's a worker count. We just have so much money to work with. And then, yeah, it's, again, like I was saying, it's the rest of it's kind of self-explanatory, where the micro of Skytoss is a 100% A move. And then on the mothership, all we do is we go, where's the biggest clump of his army? Let's time warp that. I learned the power of +3/+3 carriers today thanks to you. It's insane. It's super insane. This is why what you do is you chrono boost your probes first, and then once you get a really nice probe count really fast, you just only chrono boost your upgrades. All chronos go into constantly flowing upgrade, and then yeah, you'll have 3/3 really fast. And once you get level 3 weapons, just letting you guys know a number here, okay? I just want you guys to know something. One carrier. Just one carrier. Each carrier doing its auto attack. It takes about 2 seconds for a carrier to do its auto attack. Which is, it's 2.14 seconds to do a carrier's auto attack. Okay, let me blow your minds right now. 2.14 seconds to do an auto attack for a carrier. And then in every 2.14 seconds, you'll do another auto attack and another one. Okay? Do you guys have any idea how much damage you get per upgrade for a carrier? It is 16 damage per auto attack for a carrier. 16 damage. And then if you upgrade 3 times, that's 48. So if we have level 3 air weapons, each carrier does 48 more damage every auto attack. It's fucking insane. It is the biggest damage upgrade in the entire game. And you guys might be like, wait, what? How the fuck? What are you talking about? Each time you upgrade it, it says damage goes up only by 1. But it's modified 16 times. It has 8 interceptors that all have 2 attacks each. So it is literally 16 attacks every time a carrier attacks. Each one of the 8 interceptors, it has a double attack, and they all do it every 2.14 seconds. So it's nuts. This unit gets ridiculously strong from weapon upgrades.
Mineral field. Upgrade complete.
Yeah, basically every time an interceptor attacks, it flies around for 2 seconds, then attacks again. And just look at this. We'll show you this fight, okay? This is a perfect example of this fight right here. Look at this fight, guys. Resources lost in this fight. Units lost. We'll just say units lost as well. Is 5 to 65. Look at this fight. And this is about to be level 3 carrier weapons, by the way. It's coming up in about 5 seconds. And it's done right now. Like, look how efficient this shit is. And this isn't even mass carriers yet. We're slowly losing our adepts and stuff, and slowly losing some of our archons or voids, and we're getting more carriers as we go on. And we have more carriers in production. We have 4 more carriers in production. It's ridiculous. So yeah, dude, carriers are pretty good with weapon upgrades. Pretty good. And the beautiful thing about carriers with weapon upgrades that makes them so insane is that nobody can match you on upgrades as fast. Like if you just prioritize level 3 air weapons, no one can match your upgrade. You will get +3 weapons before your opponent gets +3 armor to counteract that because of Chrono Boost. And also the fact that you can make a core really fast and you can start upgrading air weapons if you want to right away. When you do this Skytoss build, what is your response to a quick Hydra push? If my opponent was going for a quick Hydra push, I would see it with adepts. My scouting adepts would probably tell me this guy's rushing a layer out and it looks like he wants to be really aggressive. Jesus. And then yeah. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, guys. Sorry, I just got like sidetracked in my brain right there. What was I fucking saying, dude? I literally just like brain farted. I'm not even kidding. My brain just like reset. I'm so tired right now. Everyone loses. Oh, okay, thank you. I literally totally forgot we were talking about defending quick Hydra pushes. Sorry, dude, I'm so fucking sleepy right now. I didn't really sleep very much last night. But if you have 2 adepts scouting his base the whole time, you can see a quick Hydra push. That's literally about it. And then you can make more cannons and batteries faster because you're like, oh shit, this guy's going aggressive. It's PvP and we made our pylon as if we were playing against a Zerg. I'm falling apart, guys. Let's send 1 probe down here really fast. I think he might be cannon rushing me. And do you want to know why I knew that? It's because I'm a genius. No, I'll tell you why when this game's over. He's cannon rushing me on the left side now too. We'll talk about this, guys. Don't worry. We'll talk about this game. Okay, so going back to the beginning, let's talk about how I knew this was a cannon rush before I actually saw it. Okay, how did I know this was a cannon rush, guys? How did I know? You ready? This is how. You need to pay attention. This is like being a detective and paying attention to the little details. Watch my vision. Watch my vision. We see a probe. Now, not only is this probe really fast. That's sign number one. Sign number one. This probe is fucking fast. That's a super fast probe in my base. Okay? Like, what this means is that this dude sent one of his first 12 probes to my base. Okay? He did not build a pylon and then go across the map. He sent one of his first probes. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, watch the probe's pathing and watch how it goes. So it's going up here. It's going to the, first of all, it's going to the right side of the ramp. This does not mean he clicked in the main. It means he clicked over here. If he clicked into the main, the probe would go like this. Like that. Like that, literally, it would go up the ramp on the left side and go straight up if he clicked the main. So he going up the right side of the ramp is another sign that he's going to the right side. Now here's another thing. Count how many seconds do you guys think it would take for a probe to go from here to here? Or up in my base? How many seconds do you think it would take? How many seconds? I would guess like 2. 2.5, maybe 3. Watch how look at the clock. Watch how long this probe disappears for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a long time to be fucking in the fog of war. That was the biggest sign to me where I was like, okay, he was in fog for a long time. Like he was, yeah, he was definitely in there for a while. Like if he would have gone straight from here, my vision ends like right here on the ramp. And if he would have gone from here up, straight up here, like just straight up, it would have seriously taken like 2.5, 3 seconds to go from there. And he took twice as long as he should have. He took about 6 seconds to get out of my fog of war. And does that guarantee he's cannon rushing me? No. It's not a guarantee yet. So far, there's been 3 signs. One is how early it was. Number 2 is the pathing of the probe going sideways on the ramp. Number 3 is how long it was missing. But here's how you guarantee there's a cannon rush. Number 4. Well, we did scout it now, though. But here's number 4, though, for real. Get ready for it. Right here. So we checked it just to be sure. And we're like, oh, a probe or a pylon. Cool. But right there. That is a guaranteed. That's number 4. If someone sends 2 probes at your base, that is confirmed it's a cannon rush. Because the reason why they do this is because it gives them the ability to set up multiple locations of cannon rush, but also at the same time, it allows them to have a backup probe in case their first probe dies. It's very standard for cannon rushers to send 2 probes. But all these signs are how we identified, how it literally triggered in my brain. Let's go check for a cannon rush. And now we confirmed that it's happening because we see a second probe. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's how we knew he was doing it. There's all these little signs that happen. So what now finally, how do we defend it? How are we going to defend the cannon rush? Since I'm Protoss, I can't make Ravagers like Zerg can. So we do need to pull some probes right now. We don't have the ability. Like, there's two ways you can defend it as Protoss. One is you can go for a forge yourself and go cannon to cannon and pull probes to delay his cannons while we make our own. We have a terrible pylon placement for that purpose. We don't have the ability to go cannon to cannon right now. We don't, because, yeah, what am I going to defend really? If he has cannons going in my main and I'm making cannons down to my natural, this is pointless. Like, I'm just going to get, my main's going to die. So, and also, it's pointless to make a forge right now because of where my pylon is. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead is we're going to deny cannons from going up in the first place. So, we're pulling probes. We pulled 5 probes so far. I leave 1 probe on the pylon just in case his probe comes back. And why is this important? Why is this probe important? Because if his probe came back and went, okay, pylon, cannon, or some shit like that. If he just walled in a cannon, that would suck. Because if he walls in a cannon, I can't deny that anymore, and it guarantees that it's going to go up. It's exactly what he did here. He walled in a cannon here, and you know, we had to break a pylon because of that. So, you know, that was leaving a probe here prevents him from walling in a cannon. That's the whole point of that. Then we have more probes going down here to try and bust through this. And now we go, okay, well, this is now walled in. I can't really stop this, but we're going to once again leave 1 probe here. And why do we leave 1 probe here? In case he cancels one of his pylons, I might be able to run my probe in there and prevent him from walling it off so that I could pull more probes down and kill the cannon. Also, I have a gateway on part of his wall here, so I'm going to try and rally it into this, and I'm going to literally chrono boost it and try to kill the cannon with a zealot. And then what do we finally do? The last part of it, we have our other excess probes running around looking for where his probe is, and we just auto attack his probe. So his probe is always on a clock. It's like pressured the whole time. And we just periodically pull a probe off of the pylon when he runs by it to try and build cannons and poke it, and then we go back to hitting the pylon. Like that. Now, I should have actually sent, so what I said was, and go back to hitting the pylon, I should have sent 1 probe to go back and hit that pylon. Because if this guy somehow just did a 180 and then he started building pylons on me, that could suck. But his probe is likely going to die, so. And it does die, and it's fine. And now that it's dead, we try to break the wall open. Easy peasy. My zealot doesn't quite spawn in there. But my zealot comes out the side, and now the cannon rush is over because the zealot and a probe will kill this cannon before it's really done. And now this dude invested into a cannon rush, and it totally failed, so he's super far behind. And at this point now, it would be a perfect time for us to like do an expansion and play a standard game from there, from just a nice, advantageous position. And that's it. This is how we defended a cannon rush this game, guys. This game. And also the last thing is we were building probes the whole time. This is the big one too. Don't forget about this. We were building probes the whole time. Remember that. Does it make sense to build second cybercore when sky tossing? No, it does not. You do not need armor upgrades that badly. You do not need armor upgrades that badly. Do you recommend waiting until you're officially in Diamond 3 to do any all-in builds as Protoss? If you really want to, you don't have to wait till Diamond 3, but if you want to be as good as you can be, I would say, yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I think if you're someone who gets to Diamond off of all-ins because you're using them as a crutch, I think you're going to struggle really hard as you go higher. This is probably the easiest way to say this. Being someone who all-ins to get MMR, you're taking the easy way out. That's the easy way out. That's like the guy who says, I could put in the work, or I could just cheat. I'll just cheat. Or it's like saying, you know, I could go to the gym and get a personal trainer and like work my ass off for a nice, you know, some nice results, or I could just go to the store and buy 6-minute abs on VHS. Like, doing all-ins is not going to help you in the long run. It's going to hurt you in the long run. Please don't take my gas. We have our probe on right-clicked on the gas and on hold position so that he could not steal my gas. That was very scary, actually. He almost did. I could eat right, work out, and gradually lose weight, or I could get a lap band surgery, liposuction. There you go. No, it's just, yeah, doing all-ins is not gonna help you in the long run. That's just simply put, that is how it is. You're not gonna be like, damn, I'm so good at this game now because I all-in everyone. You're gonna eventually hit a brick wall, and you're gonna be like, wow, I can't really improve at all. Damn, this sucks. So you can see, guys, we're not really afraid of a little I'm not afraid of a little third base action as my natural. I don't care. Let's go. We're gonna scout him with a sentry.
Our pylon is under attack. You have not enough minerals.
It's gonna boost out a stalker, so I can kill these 2 stalkers over here. We're gonna stutter step towards them. I don't mind losing a pylon if I can kill his stalker for it. Okay, he's got a lot of stuff. Keep making stalkers, boys. So his natural's super late compared to ours. And he's got a Twilight Council, so that's fine.
You must place that in a base is under attack.
Let's go ahead and send some probes over to our base.
I am here in the shadows. Research complete.
Okay.
I am here in the shadows.
Let's make a observer. This guy makes me feel like he might go DTs, because he like rushing that is weird.
I am here in the shadows.
Let's also make one more sentry so I can make more hallucinations.
You have not. My life for I.
Okay, let's go ahead and get charged. Let's get a Templar Archives. And scout his base. Again. Let's see if he has a third. He does not have a third. Let's see his army size. So our third is faster. He has DTs going in my base right now.
I return to serve. You must construct additional pylons.
Okay.
Base is under attack. Let our enemy know our fury.
Let's go ahead and get a forge. And let's get another observer. So again,
Base is under attack.
that's one of those things where it just kind of like makes sense where you're like, this guy's probably going for fucking DTs because he rushed his shit so fast. Okay, so here's how we're defending this. We're still making probes. We're setting an observer and new units are going to defend this. Meanwhile, old units are going to defend our third base. We'll have to cancel it. It's okay. And he just lost a bunch of stalkers. It's alright. Now let's make a bunch of gates because we can. I kind of overlapped the one on accident. Let's make a cannon in each base. Let's go ahead and make a hallucinated phoenix. Let's go scout his third. This guy's just been really aggressive. He's been trying to fuck us over more than, you know, do his own build. He's really been prioritized on ruining our build. As another as an observer there, let's go kill that thing. Okay, his third is not done yet. Our third is not done yet. This game is looking kind of even Stevens at the moment, for the most part. It's not. I think if I had to guess, I would say, even though I didn't look at his third, I would say we probably have a little bit of a lead, but we didn't actually look at his fucking third, so we'll have to look again to really confirm or deny that.
You require more Vespine gas. Our minds are
Let's take another base.
Mineral field depleted. I return to serve.
Here he comes. He's attacking.
Upgrade complete.
Let's go ahead and scout his third again.
Field online.
Okay. Make some zealots.
You must construct additional pylons.
Make some zealots.
You have not enough.
Let's make a dark shrine too, guys. Because if we make a dark shrine, if this guy ever does shit like this, it becomes way easier to deal with.
Under attack. Engaging the enemy.
Keep making probes. This guy's throwing away units to kill probes. And what are we doing when that happens? We're chrono boosting probes. He's getting overly aggressive.
Not enough minerals. You have 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 not enough minerals. You have
Okay, now finally, let's send one more hallucinated phoenix out. Let's see, does he have a fourth base? Do you have a fourth base? There's no reason why we need to attack yet, because this dude is constantly attacking us and he's throwing units away. Yes, he has a fourth. Let's go. Now let's go attack that because we're almost maxed out. His army is also Stalker Immortal. And now if this dude decides he wants to like base trade me more or less, we have the ability to go into DTs, which are going to be amazing. Let's go over here, see what happens. There you go. Make a couple DTs. Make a couple DTs. Okay, back my army up. We just killed his 4th base. DTs, go kill shit.
Our pylon is under attack.
Okay, let's go back to the. Let's go around the other side now. If we just maintain a 4th base and he doesn't, that's a big win condition right there for us. Grab my whole army.
You require more Vespine gas.
So we're checking the other potential 4th base right now. There is no 4th, so that's a guaranteed lead for us. We are looking good. Let's go ahead and add another like 2 cannons per base right now, in case he really goes DT crazy.
You must place that in a power field.
Okay, and now let's poke his 3rd, just because we can.
Base is under
Okay, it's a base trade. Okay, let's grab some of my army and just go straight to his natural right now.
base is under attack.
And just, yeah, just get over his base.
Base is under attack.
Focus fire his observer, guys. Look at this. This is how you fuck people up in a base trade. We just focus fired his observer and we're making mass DTs.
Additional pylons.
And we're moving his main base with our whole main army. And now these DTs
Pylon is under attack.
are just going to fucking town.
Our pylon is under attack.
From the shadows I come. Dispersing, we embrace the glory of battle.
So that's one of the reasons why Dark Shrine is so good. In base trade scenarios, Dark Shrine is like a godsend. It's so good. And this guy did not protect his observer well enough, and he lost it to cannons. So DT has just got a free. I literally killed his entire army in a base trade because he has no observers. Had we not killed those observers, we would not have been able to make DTs like that, and that would be okay. But yeah. When is the right time to allow myself a promotion? I can do the plat builds, but only on full tryhard. Stay plat and practice, or go diamond and lose a lot. You should just go as high as you can all the time. You shouldn't on purpose like throttle your MMR if you're looking to improve at the game. Did you just use cannons to focus fire observer? I did. Because in a base trade scenario, we had the idea of going, you know, it would be great right now because because he's going to go full base trade now, going DTs. And when would DTs make sense? When we kill an observer. So let's look at his army killing my base really fast, and let's just see if his observer
finish that burrito
flies forward. I am gonna finish that burrito. Thank you very much, Cravalanche, for the bits. Much appreciated, dude. But we were just talking about how Jesus, I forgot again, dude. My brain is so melted today. Oh, say no to Stim. Thank you for the 7 months up, dude. Welcome back. Oh yeah, base trade. So we have we have the idea in our mind, which is DTs would be really good right now. And what would make DTs good? If we can kill the observer. So we looked at where his push was, and we just waited for it if it possibly happened, and it did. He flew an observer right over the cannons, and I physically told my cannons to focus fire it instead of attacking the zealots. Yo, I got to Plat 3 today after 6 years of not playing, thanks to your coaching. Thank you, ViBE. Yo, thank you for watching, man. Congratulations. That's fucking sick.
Construct additional pylons.
Okay, is he gonna mine gas after 100? Let's find out. Yes, he is.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, let's go and credit boost out my Adeptola. Me Adept. Let's credit boost out me Adept.
Your probes are under attack. Your probes are under attack.
And what we're gonna do this game, guys? What we're gonna do this game is we're gonna actually do a little bit of an Adept timing.
The Templar, march.
Chase his lings with our shade here.
Give us your plan. Najakar, Nina. Let none be.
Okay, start credit boosting the shade. Or not the shade, sorry, the resonating glaives.
Enough minerals.
Combat awaits. The firstborn shall persevere. It shall be done. Where shall we march? To glory.
Okay. Natural
Fire shall
looks about the same as my natural.
we are of one.
So this game, again, it doesn't have to be a perfect build, guys. We're just doing something
To glory.
a little bit aggressive with the depths.
We serve with pride. Where
And behind this, we can do whatever we want, really.
glory to the Daylon.
Let's go ahead and take our third base. We'll go into Robos after this. Unless I scout he's going for a quick layer with this attack we're about to do, then maybe we'll go into Stargates for like Phoenix or something for Muta. Because with that one, the only weakness if I go Robos right now is if he goes Spire.
Firstborn shall persevere.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, we have resonating glaives now.
To glory, glory to the Daylon. Faith before. The Templar. Pour Zala. Yes, Executor.
Yeah, these adepts kick ass, dude.
Glorious combat is upon us. Glory to the Daemon.
Hold position the adepts on the top. That way we're killing drones and we're not chasing roaches. Okay. Focus fire drones. Maybe like go to the third base or something. That's a lot of roaches, guys. But we have double robos now, so I'm okay with this. And now I guess we can just go into charge that Archon Immortal.
Upon us. To glorious battle. To glory. We are.
Grab 5 probes. Send them to my third. Keep chrono boosting immortals right now because this dude is
Give us your
he's got roaches, guys, and he's got quite a bit of them right now, so we need to take that shit seriously.
It shall.
But yeah, what was the power of our build? We went into a Resonating Glaive Adept timing, and with that, we did a lot of damage to his drones. That is the power of the build. We put the Zerg behind, and then we decided to go into double robo behind it, and the Zerg ended up going roaches. So now he's making roaches versus immortals off of a lesser economy. So it was a good choice overall.
Where shall.
You must construct additional pylons.
I return to serve.
Let's go ahead and take another base.
I return to serve.
Research complete.
Okay, now let's shift a move his base like we always do with a Zealot.
Faith before fear. Pour.
You must construct additional pylons.
Cassol de Templar. Cassol de Templar. We seek
We serve.
And remember what we do? Let's make a fucking Stargate right now. And start getting, let's just start getting weapon upgrades for air. Even though we're not even going air yet, let's just start getting upgrades. We can also make some more gates right now.
You have not enough mineral. Upgrade.
Okay, so Roach Ravager is the name of the game. He's still on 3 bases on the right side. And on the left side, he's 3 bases overall. I just got it every base on the map.
Give us your.
So we know we have an economy lead. Which is good news for us.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
And Chrono Boost upgrades.
You must construct additional pylons. You have not enough minerals.
Not.
You require.
Cassol de Templar.
Okay, let's start making just Zealots now. And then go into 3 Stargate Fleet Beacon. And keep Chrono Boosting upgrades. Let's also make like a cannon at every base, just in case. Just in case I need it and it'll help.
I return.
Mineral field depleted.
We can even start a new base, honestly.
We are of one mind.
Okay, so we kind of know where he
The
is.
Templar.
Let's get rid of these rocks. And let's also make the thing I said a second ago, 3 Stargate Fleet Beacon. Keep Chrono Boosting upgrades.
Combat.
And we can make some more Zealots and stuff. Let's go.
You have not enough minerals.
At the very least, let's kill his creep right now.
Upgrade complete.
To glory.
Okay, we're getting base traded again. Let's go ahead and make a Dark Shrine. We don't have one yet, but
Be heard.
everyone loves the base trade.
Yes.
Put some probes away.
The Templar. March.
This Archon had a lot of drones on it. Let's go attack that again.
Your probes are under attack. Your probes are under attack.
Glorious combat is upon us.
Holy shit, the worker revolution over there.
Is under attack.
Okay, here he is. Immortals. Archons. I think we're good, guys. I think we'll be okay. Immortal Archon pretty good. Why is everyone like the base trade? No more base trades. Everyone's crazy. Kick his ass, Seabass. Yo, Crab-a-Lanch. Thank you very much, man, for the beautiful words right there. I thought you subbed for a second. Yo, say no to Sim if I didn't hear, or if I didn't say it earlier. Thank you for the 7-month sub. And yo, Crab-a-Lanch, thank you for the bits from earlier too. Thank you, dude. Thank you for those bits from earlier, dude. Alright, guys, you know what we're going to do this game? We're going to do a proxy. We're going to do a proxy. Because we can. Why not? I'll give you guys a cannon rush. Cannon rush. Yo, bada boopy. Thank you very much, man, for the sub. Ola. Okay, now it just really comes down to just making cannons in an annoying way. This probe's gonna die, actually, I think. Oh, the probe's actually gonna live. Okay, let's talk about cannon rushing, guys. So what we did the whole time while we were cannon rushing him is we made probes. Okay? That's number one. We made probes the whole time we were cannon rushing. At least up to a point where we have one base fully saturated. At least. That's the goal. At least that far. Then we were going to go into gateway proxy and we were going to do stalkers. You saw Drone Micro? He pulled them off the cannon to last longer. I think he was just trying to kill my drone or my probe. It's okay. Like, cannon rush is one of those fickle mistresses of a build. It's a fickle build. But yeah, no. The goal was I was gonna cannon him and then I was gonna go for a gate and I was gonna do proxy stalkers. I will say the one thing we did not do that I should have done, because we almost got fucked here because of that, is my probe. I should have sent the second probe out. You always want to send a second probe out when you cannon rush somebody, like we talked about previously. We should have sent a second probe out. Only sending one is risky. It's really risky. But other than that, literally, it's just build cannons and pylons. And hope for the best. The only thing we did that was kind of technical was we made the pylons and the mineral field connect to the wall. We like literally made a wall out of that. So he had to go all the way around the mineral field to go all the way back. And when we built our cannon, we built a pylon next to it that blocked him from going from one side. So we had to go all the way around and attack the cannon. And he actually attacked the pylon because he thought it was another cannon. I think the biggest tip I can give you guys that game, the biggest tip I can give you about Cannon Rush that game is actually not what we did, but it's about what he did. Whenever you're defending a Cannon Rush, make sure you click the warp in because pylons and cannons look similar. If you can read health bars, there is a difference. But if you just pay attention to the size of it and you're like, oh shit, that could be anything. It could be a cannon or a pylon. So make sure you click it and you know what you're killing. Do not put your probes on a pylon or your drones on a pylon.
You have not enough minerals.
And here's the thing, okay? Do you guys want to know? You want to know a quick cool tip? Cannons and pylons do not have the same number of bars in their health bar. Cannons have less bars because it has less hit points overall. That is how you can tell it is a pylon as well. But a lot of people don't pay attention to that. No! No! Jesus. That's what you get. Trying to block my gas, your probe gets surrounded and killed. That's what you get. Are getting cannon rushed. Where? Maybe, okay, there it is. I was gonna say, maybe it's a delayed cannon rush because we killed the probe. Pull like 2 probes off and kill his probe. He just put himself in a corner, so. Okay, that's honestly, he might be dead now. Like, he might leave. That was pretty brutal what just happened there. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Yeah. What we're gonna do now is we're going to expand, and we're gonna make stalkers go across the map. And what are my stalkers gonna do? Not let him expand. The whole point of the whole goal, an intelligent way to play this game out from this point on, is to go, how can we get ahead? What has happened so far? My opponent went for a cannon rush and delayed tech. I went for stalkers right away. How about we just don't let him expand, because the only way he can do it is if he makes cannons, but these stalkers can deny cannons. And we'll just fucking have a base over him. So he still hasn't expanded. Perfect. Let's push up the ramp for a second with just 1 stalker. What if there's a sentry or something? Okay, there's nothing. Run away. So he's going stalkers too. Let's go ahead and make a robo. There was a tech structure, but I didn't actually see what it was, unfortunately. But we'll scout it again with a sentry soon enough. Is there a ninja base? There cannot be a ninja base. This dude invested into cannon rush. It failed. And then he also has 5 production buildings there. Look at my base. I have 4. And a nexus. And I didn't cut probes to cannon rush. You shouldn't be thinking there's hidden bases now. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a possibility later on. But there is, let's just put it this way. He invested into a cannon rush and it failed 2 times. We are definitely ahead. Even if he did take a ninja base, it would not be nearly as saturated as mine would be. It doesn't make any sense to think otherwise. And there's his natural. His natural is not even done yet. Our natural is about to be fully saturated. And he went for a Stargate. So he's going voids.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
I return to serve.
You have not enough minerals.
Let's go ahead and take a 3rd base in just a sec. Let's go ahead and also get another read on his expansions. Let's check and see if he's got a 3rd. I highly doubt it, but let's just check anyways.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Like, the only way I could see a 3rd happening is if it was just started, and it's also like he just cuts probes in the natural to do that. Okay, so no 3rd started. Our 3rd is already like almost halfway done, or it's like a 3rd of the way done. His mineral line's looking probably like 10 on the mineral line and full gas saturation. He's got 2 forges. He's going still into voids. He's going mass voids, guys. So let's stop making immortals. No more immortals. Let's also not get that anymore. Let's get blink. This guy's going full Skytoss. Let's also go ahead and attack him. If he harasses me while I'm out of position, we can always recall. But I feel like he's gonna get screwed so hard. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Okay, if he attacks my base, we can just recall.
I am here in the shadows.
If he lets me get into his base and do some damage here, he's just dead. Okay, he's brought his void droids back. Focus fire the voids. Run away.
Engaging the enemy.
And what just happened is okay, guys, because sure, we didn't fully win that fight in terms of army versus army. He still has a couple of voids left over, and I didn't really kill his buildings. But I did just kill a ton of probes. Like, his probe count is fucked right now.
I am here in the shadows.
His probe count's not looking that good anymore. It's looking pretty bad.
Mineral field depleted.
And now, once again, we've already replaced all the stalkers we lost, and then some.
Mineral field depleted.
I would have put down 20 cannons in my base. Yeah, but why? Think about it. I know I have the lead, so why would I make cannons? If you make cannons right now, all that happens is you don't expand and you statically your base up and like cannons. Like if you make one cannon versus like 8 voids in one spot, it doesn't really do much. Like the cannons are just gonna get shit on by voids easy peasy, like so badly. It doesn't make any sense, right, Cal? It does not make any sense to make cannons right now. Because again, we have control. And you can clearly see we're maintaining control with this. Festa. Festa? Isn't DT a better choice than High Templar if you're just going for Archons? It depends what your units are. High Templar is like pretty much almost free on the minerals, and Dark Templar is not. Or Dark Templar is almost a 1-to-1 split. Overall, Dark Templar costs more resources by 25.
You have not enough minerals.
Because a High Templar only costs 200 and a Dark Templar costs 225. Alright, whatever. We're playing a Terran and we ended up walling our front. It's okay. It's happening, guys. It's happening. I bet you won't can rush a Terran. I don't really like canning Russian Terran that much. I mean, you totally can. It is possible, but I'm not the biggest fan of it because siege tanks are just like, lol, nice cannons. And even if you do successfully cannon a Terran, he can just lift his base off. If the worst case scenario. Anonymous, thank you for the bit. Okay, he locked me in his base.
You have not enough. Your probes are under attack.
And he made a Marine, guys. That's a sign. That's a sign. If we go back and check this out, there's probably going to be a factory there. Second Marine. That's even more so for a factory. So what does this mean? It means this Protoss, or it's not Protoss. It means this Terran is probably rushing Hellions. Or tanks. It doesn't mean Proxy. Exactly. Not yet, at least. What it does probably mean, though, is that he's going to... he also only has 1 gas, so don't think... Here's the thing. If it was a Proxy, a second gas would make sense. A second gas would make sense, because that's all in. You don't really want to proxy your tech if you're not all-inning somebody. Or doing a heavy timing. Like, realistically, what would he proxy? Is he going to proxy reactored Hellions? Because that's the only thing he can really afford with this. You just got to think about stuff like that, where you have to judge what they're doing with the resources and what's available. And we actually have a proxy barracks, so it actually is a proxy. Fucking barracks proxy. Okay, so now we're gonna have to pull our boys. Stop mining so much gas. So you weren't wrong. Good call. What a G. Keep making probes.
I am here in the shadows. Void, state thy bidding. I am the voice of the eclipse.
Androck. Didn't get fired today. Thank you for streaming your skills.
Yo, thank you for watching.
Let our enemy know our fury. Intriguing. I am the voice of Eclipse. Very well.
Okay, we'll talk about this game afterwards, guys. We have to keep pulling probes, though. This game is definitely a probe pulling kind of a game.
I am the
This is very all in what he's doing.
state thy bidding.
We're gonna be making immortals.
Research complete.
Immortals. Immortal. And we're gonna chrono boost them.
You have not enough minerals.
Let's also make a battery.
You have not enough. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, we're gonna be having a hallucinated phoenix go across the map to find out exactly what's going down in Terran Town.
Not enough energy.
Are you still proxying me, by the way?
I am eager to strike. For honor.
Yes, he is. He's also getting an upgrade on it. Let's go kill that upgrade. What if it's like stim pack? That'd be sick. Now let's just see if he expanded to his natural.
I am here.
Yes, he did. And he's just going, he's going bio. But he's going, this is now 2 barracks, 1 starport, 1 factory. Okay, we're looking good, guys. Game is stabilized. Let's go ahead and take a 3rd base now since he's expanding. Also, something to note. Earlier when the person said, is that a proxy? Is this a proxy? Having a proxy factory is what I was kind of, you know, tunnel visioned on. I was like, yeah, proxy factory? Fuck no. But yeah, no. Proxy marauders? Yeah, that totally made sense, I guess. Let's kill the marauders first. So my mortal doesn't die. Cool. Nice.
More Vespine gas.
Nice.
I am here.
You require. You must place that in a power field.
Mortals are pretty good, guys. The mortals are pretty damn good. But yeah, proxy barracks. That was not actually something that was on my mind, but that is actually a valid concern. Like proxy mortal, proxy, not mortal, sorry. Proxy marauder was actually almost game ending right there.
Highlight for iron.
You require more Vespine gas. You require.
Okay, so now since he's going for bio, and he's going 2 base as well for now. We are going into zealots, and we're gonna go into a robo bay. Also, he's got a lot of marauders, guys. So what are we gonna do this game? We're actually gonna switch it up a little bit because he has marauders. We're actually gonna go disruptors. Like, he's got a lot of marauders. Okay, he killed my robo. We can just rebuild it. Shit, we might be dead. Does he have +1? He does not have +1.
Just. I'm in.
I am here in the shadows.
That was a really good drop by him. That did a lot of damage.
You have not enough minerals.
My life for hire.
You have not enough research complete.
Okay, let's also get Blink next on my thingy. My Twilight Council.
You have not enough minerals.
I live on.
Let's go ahead and also take another base. Because we have 69 probes, guys, and
You have not enough minerals.
we don't got a place to put them.
You have not enough minerals.
My life.
We begin anew.
Mineral.
Consciousness awakened. Yoda, speak. Present. Speak. You require ancient glory. I am here. Present. Go. State.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, Megan Stalkers.
You have not enough minerals.
I am here in the shadows.
And we can start actually also mixing in some Zealots and some Archons. Chrono Booster upgrades. Maybe even Chrono Boost out a couple more Disruptors. Okay, he's going to my main. Send my Stalkers down there only.
Ancient glory. State thy bidding. Presiding.
Research complete.
And that's a lot of Liberators in my main, dude.
I serve now. I am here.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a Starport. Stargate, whatever you want to call it.
You require more Vespene gas.
That way we can transition to Tempest if we need to. He is going Mass Liberator, and Tempest are good against this. Let's do the same thing we always do. Shift A move a Zealot. Shift A move a Zealot. We're going to find his bases.
You must construct additional piles.
My life for hire.
Let's take another base of our own over here. Okay, he's attacking this bottom base. Make more units as we're fighting. Okay. This dude is very aggro. Worker count. Worker count, boys! So we decided, okay, this game is a little awkward. We'll just throw that out there. We decided to go for Disruptor this game again because this dude went for Marauder heavy builds. He had a lot of Marauders for a while. And the thing about Colossus is they're not the best against a lot of Marauders. They're just not. Disruptors are better against Marauders because Disruptors can one-shot Marauders and Marines alike. Colossus are godly against Marines, but they're really not the greatest against Marauders because Marauders can just beat the shit out of Colossus in like 2 seconds if they get on top of them. Marauders move way faster than Colossus do. And look at how many tech labs this guy uses. Like, this is insane. He's got like 6 barracks, and 3 of them have tech labs, and 2 of them have nothing, and 1 of them has a reactor. Like, this is definitely a tech lab heavy Terran. So it was lots and lots and lots of Marauder this game. So again, disruptors made sense. Disruptors were they did a good job. And then after that, realistically, the only reason why this game really came down to a win for us is because of this. We killed only 10 workers. When did I kill 10 workers? I never actually attacked his base. Did he attack me with workers at one point? I never hit his base. The Zealot. Oh, yeah, I know, you're right. Holy shit, the Zealot did fucking work. See? Look at that, guys. Look. The Zealot who just runs around the map and he's like, let me go scout for bases. What does he do? He clears out a mineral line by himself. What an absolute fucking beast. Is that killing mules too? All he's doing is just finding where expansions are, but he's actually wiping out an entire mineral line in expansion. So sometimes it just really pays off. Yeah, we lost a lot of probes. But we still had the lead even before we killed his SUVs. Well, let's break this down in the beginning again. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So, to be fair, okay? To be fair. Whoever said Proxy, I gotta apologize to you. I gotta give you more credit. Because I was mostly talking about the gas. Just like thinking he was able to make a factory. I was like, oh, this guy could totally make a factory. But look at this, okay? Look at this. If we paid attention to the fact that this dude, this is where this makes sense, okay? This is where this makes sense. If we pay attention to the fact that this guy took a gas, he took a gas. He started it when the barracks was like halfway done already. This is a very late gas. Okay? Super late. No one is going to take a gas that late that's going to go factory. Let's just throw that out there. Let's be logical here. Let's have some common sense. If someone's going to make a factory, they are either going to do one of 2 things. They are going to either get a gas that correlates with a Reaper, which is taking a gas right when the barracks starts, or if they're going to make Marines and go straight into a factory right away, they're going to take a gas before the barracks starts. This gas was started like when the barracks was halfway done because he's only mined 16 gas. It's about to be 20 with that little bit in his hand right now. He's only mined 20 out of the extractor, refinery, whatever you want to call it. So this is basically nothing. We should have paid more closer attention to that for the timing of the barracks being done, because what does that tell us? That tells us that this guy has a lot of money. It tells us that this guy has a lot of minerals. And now this guy is also locking me into his main base so that I cannot scout down to the natural. This is kind of intelligent by him, because now it's a question mark, as in if this guy is either going to go for a natural or if he's going to go for a proxy. The only type of proxy that would make sense at this point is a barracks. But if we think about how much gas he has, okay, think about this. The amount of gas that he has, he might, like, by the time his barracks finished, he mined about, at least in his main base, he mined about like 25. By the time his proxy racks finished, he mined about 50. But my point is he could totally make an add-on like a tech lab and go into concussive shell marauders, which is 25 for this, 50 for concussive shell, 25 for a marauder. This is exactly what he did, but it makes sense. It does make a lot of sense. Because also the other reason why I was saying, the guy who said proxy, I got to give you a lot more credit. Credit where credit's due, okay? No one is going to make 2 fucking Marines, which take 18 seconds apiece, and delay their factory this fucking long if they're going to go factory. This is a 36 second delayed factory if he was going for a factory. So part of it's because the gas was late, and part of it's also because we physically don't see a factory, and we can tell 36 seconds has gone by because each Marine has an 18-second build time. He's got 2 of them already. So I honestly should have been thinking, okay, yeah, no, there totally could be a proxy right now. There's no reason why. Literally, this build does very much look proxy-ish if we really pay attention to the gas timing, because it's definitely not designed for a factory. And proxy marauders are very good against Protoss. Now, anyways, moving forward. The way we deal with this is by pulling probes. So we grab a bunch out of our main, because I don't have enough at our natural right now. There's only 3 probes here. So we pull like 8 probes or like 10 probes out of our main. It's more like 12 probes. And realistically, all we did with those probes was we ideally would have liked to have killed some more shit. Marauders are really annoying because they have a passive armor and they're kind of tanky. But we would have liked to have killed more. If I could have killed those Marines first with my probes, that would have been really nice, because the Marines are the thing that really kicked the shit out of those probes. But what those probes really did do is they allowed us to get another stalker out. That's the important part. 2 stalkers is why I won this game. And now all we're doing is we're killing his shit still. And we're trying to keep our units alive. We didn't micro that stalker at all, but it's okay because we actually killed the push. And now what do? We go back to chrono boosting our probes after we deal with this marauder. Chrono boost the probes because we just lost a lot of probes, so we're recovering fast. Because you got to keep in mind too, this was a 1 base opener. Even though he's taking a natural now, this was a 1 base opener. So we're gonna catch up on workers really fast. Even though we've already lost 22. Why didn't you make a battery? We did not make a battery early on because we didn't actually think about the fact that it was a proxy. We read the build wrong, which is what I was explaining in the beginning of this replay. And the reason why I didn't make a battery after I killed his army is because I killed his army and it was not there anymore. It was dead now. And if I made a battery then on a very low probe count, I would have fucked my probe count even harder because I wouldn't have been... Basically, I needed to invest my money on chronoing probes like super fast. That is what is super important. And I can add a battery on once I have a little bit of excess money. Can we see production tab? I'll show you for a second. But I'm not going to show you for very long. And you know why? Because this tab is more important. By a mile. This tab actually is way more important than production tab. Like production tab, realistically, the production tab, you can see what's on it by just seeing what spawns in the game. Right? Like, oh, immortal is standing there. It must have mean that I made an immortal. Things like that. But looking at worker count, this is huge. This really dictates who's going to win or lose the game, regardless of what's being produced. It's way more important, seriously. Because this is the deciding factor that of who is ahead or behind. Oh, we're ahead. Protoss is ahead, for sure. This drop was really good. We definitely needed more. I'll say this, okay? Let me give you guys a tip here. This is a tip. If this ever happens to you, okay? If this ever happens to you, if you ever get dropped by bio, and you know, this is kind of what your army looks like. Do not, and I repeat, do not make zealots if you do not have charge. I almost threw the game right here because of this. We make zealots. I make zealots, we attack. Watch how shitty these zealots are. Watch how shitty these zealots are. I'm just gonna let you guys know that he could have won the game right now if he would have just manned up and he would have kited this way. If he would have like kited down this way against the zealots, he could have killed all the zealots and he could have forced me off the mineral line or killed some more probes. I was probably gonna die here. This was not good. If you ever are getting dropped like this by Terran and the Terran does not have siege tanks and you do not have the ability to wait, you have to deal with it now. Stalkers are way better than zealots are. Make stalker. I should have made stalkers. If we would have made like 6 stalkers, I would have crushed this little medevac drop easy peasy. It would have been fucking nothing. It would have been dealt with so fast. Because not only can stalkers kill the medevacs, but also stalkers can kill the bio way easier. Like, look, I just warped in a round of stalkers, and watch how easy this is. It's just immediately gone. Obviously, I know he's been softened up a bit, but stalkers would have made that so easy, comparatively. Adepts aren't really the best idea, because adepts can't kill medevacs. Also, adepts, here's the thing about stalkers and adepts. This guy has a lot of marauders in his army, and stalkers are, I'm not saying stalkers are better than adepts at killing marauders, because they both kind of get fucked by marauders, honestly. But if you had to have one over the other, stalkers actually do way more damage universally to the entire army than adepts do. So basically get stalkers. Yes, get stalkers. Stalkers. Yes. Stalkers have a versatility that is really good early game versus this shit. Once we have charge, now we do. Now zealots are great. So now that I have a lot of zealots, this is totally fine. Wow. Yeah, and then this, you guys know how this game played out. We did a few disruptor shots on his army. Our zealots and stuff got on top of him. Did pretty well overall. Killed like 3 of my own zealots there with a disruptor shot. It's okay though. Once you get charged on zealots, they're so good. Because then they just always have, they're always doing damage because they're always closing the distance really fast. But yeah, without charge, dude, ugh, zealots are the worst. The freaking worst, dude. Guys, oh my god. Not gonna lie, dude, I'm so tired right now. I'm debating finishing this series tomorrow. I'm like about to fall asleep. 2-part series, Pog. Someone stream sniped your burrito. No. Why? Holy crap, Dr. Dark Knight. Dr. Dark Knight with the 20 gifted subs, putting us to 1,500 plus again. Bro, holy crap, man. Dr. Dark Knight. You're a freaking madman. You're beautiful. You're insane. Thank you very much for the support, dude. I appreciate you. Dr. Dark Knight, you're a fucking boss. Guys, stream, YouTube. Yeah, I think I'm gonna break this into 2 parts, man. Seriously, dude, like, I am getting delirious. I feel like I really just, if I close my eyes, I could fall asleep. That's how I feel right now. My eyes feel so dried out and dead. But I'm going to, guys, I'm going to take a, I think I'm going to finish this tomorrow. So thank you guys very much for watching YouTube. I will see you again in the next video in part 2 of Diamond 2 to Diamond 1 Protoss. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace, guys.